And I think it'd be really fascinating to understand, what is the makeup of an elite team like that? How do you form a team of such high-performing individuals? How do you keep them focused? How do you keep them grounded? How do you keep them mission first when there's so many things going on and everybody has, big voices in the room?
Yeah, a lot of type A, aggressive men in the room who all have opinions. And these days, everyone's opinion is important. So I would say that it starts at BUD/S, actually. And our culture with the Naval Special Warfare is very interesting. People are very curious about us. But it starts at BUD/S, and what I mean is we put our candidates, people are usually interested in the physicality of who we are. Oh my gosh, it's so tough what you guys do. It's actually mildly interesting. The physicality is really just a mechanism we use to expose the character beneath. That's what we're selecting and assessing for, the character attributes that we need in our teammates to go do the things downrange that our nation's asking us to do on behalf of you, our customers, the American people. So we put them under the boat, we put them under the log, and you know this from experience. We're not necessarily looking for the grit piece, that comes. What I'm looking for is who's ducking boat, who's dropping their shoulder. And if you're not familiar with our culture, we put these boats on heads, and it's miserable, it's brutal. Jammed in there, everyone's hot or cold or both at the same time somehow, kicking each other's feet, everyone's angry, you're smelling their breath. Smells like, I talked about this yesterday actually, who remembers that smell from grade school playground? All the kids sweat, it smells like that. And then mix it with salt water that's drying on camis and mix it with piss. Everyone pisses themselves in BUD/S because if you're already cold and wet from the cold Pacific Ocean, well, let's have a momentary reprieve and piss ourselves to stay warm. Little known facts, you just learned it. It's some of the stuff we don't highlight in the commercials. So it creates this frustration. And when people are angry and when they're suffering, the veneer of who they portray themselves to be sheds pretty quickly. And then we start seeing who's looking for that reprieve. And when you do that, when you duck your head into that boat and look for that reprieve, your misery, your suffering is now redistributed across the team. And everyone under that boat feels the extra ounce or two, actually pound or two, instantly. Who's ducking boat? What that does for our culture from day one through the entire SEAL culture in the community is creates a competitive culture of who can serve more, who can carry more, who can sacrifice more for the team. Team, teammate, self. That then drives the culture in the platoons of a high-performing organization to constantly be looking to outcompete each other to serve more. So it's a healthy competition. And then the other part of that, which I think is important, is we don't measure ourselves against other organizations. If you see a SEAL online talking about, well, we're the best in the world because blah, 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 compare us to the Rangers, Delta, Green Berets, whatever, okay, that guy's lost his way. Inside the formation, we don't waste time comparing ourselves to other organizations for a couple reasons. One, if you're doing that as an organization, you're making assumptions that you understand all the variables for that organization, which you don't. You know that. So why would we make decisions and compare ourselves and try to quantify variables that we just are unknown? You're going to fall short every time. Versus instead, what we do, and you know this, you remember from the platoons, we compete with who we were yesterday. And so we're constantly looking to get 1% better every single day. We say we earn our trident every single day. That's what that means. No one in our force has ever arrived. You've never gotten to the spot where like, okay, I can sit back, I've got the parking space, I've got the nice chair, I've got the nice office, I finally did enough and I've arrived. If you do, you're irrelevant like that in our force. And so again, it creates this hunger in every one of our force to consistently look to do better, to consistently look to prove oneself worthy of being under the boat with his teammates, under the log with our teammates, and continue to feel worthy to serve them and to lead them. Because really, leadership, I believe, is the ultimate act of servanthood, if done right.